trill. Is part of the drone lick. This is very important. From Berlin again, and I announced Bass and Street Blues. It's coming, but I had this idea in between. I had to realize, what about a careless package for another key? Let's say everything you need to play blues in E: licks, lines, left hands, extended harmonies. So if somebody wants to play blues in E, he can now, of course he's on my channel, and of course he's watching this video. Have fun and blues in E, something new. Or for somebody who just has a job to do and he never played in E. So here's his dictionary for E. Bye-bye. So today we are doing a toolbox for you with everything, or at least a lot you must know about blues in E. And we're going straight away. It's going to be packed. I'm hardly going to do any repetitions. I do it slowly enough, but it's going to be a lot of stuff. So, first the chords. It's E7. E7, and we have the dominant is B natural 7. Subdominant is A7. Tonic again A. If you have a 2/5 blues and not a 1/4/5 blues, the 2 is F minor 7. So much about the harmonies. Now left hand, a couple of possibilities for you from slow blues to boogie. This is good for slow blues. You can also speed it up. For A it's, for B it's, and back, and so on. Another good option for slow blues is which is already New Orleansy, a little bit. And B natural. 1 and 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 1. That's it. That's this one. Then of course the most simple one I'll also show you is this one. It's A and B flat going to the major 6 of E, which is C sharp. The same in A is, the same in B natural is. Next one, good for medium blues. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for A it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. For B natural, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're doing a bit of boogie boogie. Well, this was already a little bit like this. This boogie boogie. So, Albert Hammond's figure. Both are Albert Hammond's figures. I'll show you the first one. Starts with this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. On A. 1 is the C sharp and the E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And for B natural it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's the and B natural, E, G sharp. And another boogie woogie would be for walking bass with the pseudo walking bass. The more difficult stuff is this one, but it's not worth the trouble, I find. The walking element is also in this one, and you have the slap here, so I play this one. What? It's triple T. And on A. Can you see here? Yes, you can. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And now we're going to the right hand. Now you have some stuff on the left hand and now right hand. So let's first differentiate between bluesy blues, that is if a guitarist comes to your place, and then most likely or often the major third doesn't work. Guitars are fifth oriented. They very often leave out the third, and then it's blues time with the minor blues scale very often, I find. I find that when I play with guitarists, the major blues scale doesn't work that much, but I'm doing both. First, blues scale oriented, minor blues scale, and handy in E is very much this is the blues scale. First of all, E, G, A, B flat, B natural, D, and E. And we like this one here because it's coming towards the weak fourth finger, so anything here is brilliant. Yeah, so this is scale now. And I give you a couple of lines for playing with the scale. This is the upward slide you do with 2 fingers. It's very important here, as opposed to this slide from the flatted 5 to the 5. You do with 1 finger. So this is a really nice little line. If you cannot do the slide yet, and 2 and 3 and 4 and what then you can start also with this one. It's also popular. So everything here is fine. I'll show you this in a bit. This is the magic triangle from C, and I'll show you this quickly. It's very effective and you can play it on many octaves. Can you see my hand here? Yeah, just about. So this is very nice sound, like, and this, like. You can play this as a drone lick with one of those notes, 7 or 8, hitting every time here is hit something like. Or. So this is very effective. There are things that are not so good in E, and that is, of course I must tell you first the trill, of course. Trills are important for the sound. So trilling is always good between the 5 and the 7 with a little hint, little nose dip of the flat 5, like this. It's fine too, but sounds a bit better, no? So if you manage, just hit this one on there and then. And on 3/5, it's also good. But this already is a major sound, yeah, where we used different scale. It comes in a bit. So, and what is not so good in E, I find, is when you're in C and you're doing this $1 million lick. In E it's harder because in C we can slide up, downwards, and we have this one within reach. Here, it's a bit harder. We got to go from G sharp and E and B natural to A and C sharp, yeah? And it's a bit more awkward. But this is, I give you this. So. So this is one you can use on several octaves, this one. And I will show you also the 6th lick, which I find really important and universal. This one. The 6th here are G, E, A, F sharp, B flat, G, and B natural and G sharp. Yeah, so. You can do this on A. It's and C. And then we have the drone lick, which is really important. And then you have quite some stuff already. So you're playing here. Drone lick means always one droning thing on top, which is hitting with every other note, and this gives bite. For example, yeah, I take those notes, either blues scale or major blues scale or both, and with every one I hit the drone, the E. Lovely. Trill, blue scale. You can use this drone lick on E also. Perfect, huh? Then I would skip the G flat, like on. Then, of course, for stylistic reasons, for slow blues, if you play with somebody, you got to manage this. It's a very strong stylistic element. This is just one note, but it's a good sound if you're playing blues somewhere in E. If you can do this independent of left hand, somebody's playing something, it's just a typical cliche sound, and then let's see about if we want to incorporate like going up, for example. I did this in my last video. We play some E and we want to go up now. And we are in A. I show you this briefly. So it's we're sliding upwards with 2 fingers, G. Then this is the major 6, this next point we are looking for. Major 3rd, major 6, major 3rd, major 6, and on and on. that is really nice. And also I would like to show you one of the most popular things are these chains that in C you can play quite fast. It's this one. It's this one. This is no C lesson, this is E lesson. So here it's a bit harder. So we start, we do this, flat 5 goes to 5, and we have the 8 here. Then we have a passing tone, that's it. Then, this is a bit more awkward than in C. We take the C sharp and the G and go up to G sharp. And then it's just repetition. That is so beautiful about these chains. They have one element and then it's just repetition. Like I showed you in my last video. And this is the same. And it's popular in E. So, and if you have it, and you did it a while and you're a little bit talented, and then you can speed up because the repetition is going in your hand quite nicely. It's good for fast boogie. And so we learned. I take one of those accompaniments I showed you. Let's say, and I use trill. It's part of the drone lick. This is very important. Sixth, I showed you those. I showed you all of this, I just played, okay? Trilling. A. Sixth. And so we play this. Trill, 6, and also nice lick, just pack it in your pocket. If you come from B natural and want to connect back to E, that's nice and sweet. Bloody C7 then. So C7, a C sharp 7. And this would be F sharp. So we have 1, 6, 2, and now the 5, which also happens in E flat, and I want you to be armed for any situation. So that would be E7, C7, F sharp 7, so you just got to remember these chords, and with these licks, you have to take care a little. But if you, for example, you stay in with a blues scale, with a major blues scale in this case, it works fine. Yeah, most of the cases it works fine. Let's say This is the thing to do. One of the first things to do. 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You can keep this over A. And even over B natural. Now this is then after one chorus, no more of that, and it's eaten up, and you want to try something else. For example, just the chords, like this one. This is for the turnaround, yeah? Only do this on the turnaround, on the last bar. So this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. No, sorry, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's for this bit. I show you the final formula, and then we're done with this compact treatment of E7 blues. In Germany it's H. And now 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and would be for the turnaround, and as an ending formula 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and F 7 E7. Is if the ending is F, E, or just then go to E and flat. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope you managed the gig. And I get the money, right?